Alright, what's good, friendly ghost friendlies and non-friendlies? How's everybody doing? I'm not gonna be here too long, but I wanted to just drop off some thing I've been working on. And I'll drop off the entirety of this graph, on the channel section if you wanted to check it out. But I'm just gonna go over like a few interesting ones and then we'll do a gameplay recap of it. Number 11. I knew you needed 3 frames to guard impact. I did not know that the 3 frames was caked into pretty much everything. You need 3 frames to guard impact and crouch. And likewise, the guard extends upon release, so you get 2 extra frames, and the 3rd frame you don't guard. But yeah, I did not know that you needed 3 frames just to perform a basic action. We'll move on to the obscure knowledge bit. And we have the guard impact free part. If you have a better name for it, be my guest and try to name it. So what I mean by that is there are attacks in this game that you cannot guard impact. Why not just name it guard break like it is in Soul Calibur? That would, it would make sense. But I feel like I really needed to distinct it for this game because it just doesn't exist. And there's no animation for it. I'll read it. Guard impact free means that an attack cannot be guard impacted. Just like kicks, however, unlike kicks, GI free moves still damage the guard gauge. So it is, since these moves function like a guard break, just without the blue electricity, but it functions in the same way. Also without the, the extra frame advantage, you don't get that. It's just a move that you can't guard impact. So these are moves that you can checkmate the opponent with if their guard gauge is low. Depending on your character, pick up a combo, pick up a big chunky combo, and again, checkmate the checkmated. Okay, here's the good stuff. Here's where it gets juicy. And we're going to do a lot of examples out of this. Guard buffer. Willing to bet no one's known about these. Willing to bet. Let's go over it. So guard buffer number 1. Input a command while guarding and release guard. So let's just go over that real quick. So visual examples of this.
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby.
Ignore that. Ignore that. And let me just put up my... Alright. Imperfect Sophia, the exact character I wanted. So what I mean by that is, in this game you can buffer moves behind guard. So she has this move called Angel Step. I think it's called Angel Step. That's what I call it. Holy Step. That was close. So Holy Step. Now you've played Soul Calibur, you know this move, right? You probably hate this move. Sophia, the mid queen, can't duck against this character. Yeah, the guard buffer, you could just, like, I could backdash while guarding. And that's kind of something you want to do in this game, is use the buffer system to your advantage. So if I just hold guard and just hit back twice and release guard, I get a backdash. And so you can buffer in your steps like that. You get good at it. And Sophia is a character who has unbelievable back steps. Her back dash is incredible. Yeah, spoilers, the best in the game by far. From range 0, she's pretty much out of range of everything. So if you just get good at using that and using the buffer system to your advantage, of course you can do this game's version of Korean backdash as well. You can do that as well, but if you want it to guard and do it at the same time, that's how you do it. So you use the buffer system to your advantage. You can also do moves from it. So if you can do her Holy Step, just hold guard, quarter circle forward, and I get immediate step. And of course I want to do the attack out of it. So you don't have to waste any movement. So that's what it's good for. Concealing your movements. And anyways, that's what that is for. Moving on. So that is the guard buffer number 1 on my list. Input a command while guarding and release guard. So number 2, while guarding, input a diagonal down plus attack. Then press left or right to correspond with the same direction of the diagonal. What the hell does that mean? I'm about to show you. So what the hell did I just say? It's like a secret guard stance. But you only get the advantage. Only advantage here is that you never let go of guard. So if you just do this one thing for me, hit, what's the notation for this? Hold guard, hit 1, and then hit 4, and hit it quickly. And you'll notice something with your character. You see how she kind of jitters like that? You see how her right arm kind of jitters? And if I want to do it with 3 and 6, you get the same thing. So that little jitter right there is a window for you to input a command, and you can hold guard the whole time. So keeping in mind that you need 3 frames to guard, right? So in situations where you're up close, it's kind of something that you always want to just be guarding, right? It's never a bad thing to just be guarding. And so this allows you to always be guarding and do something like this. So the input for this again is diagonal down, and then either back or forward to match your diagonal down input. So I do diagonal forward, then I want to do forward after it. If I do diagonal back, then I do back afterwards. So down horizontal, back. Down horizontal, back. Down horizontal, forward, forward. And all this without ever releasing guard. So I'm guarding the whole time. And if I do diagonal forward, button diagonal forward again, then I get a different move. I get the, depending on the character, I get a, I get her mid. I can get a launcher as well, and I get her mid kick. But I can only do it from diagonal forward. If I try to do backwards, I can't get her diagonal back moves, so I can't get that. I can only get her stand kick. I can only get her stand medium. I can only get her stand horizontal. So that you can only get different moves from forward inputs. It is something that is good to know. Like, it's more something that's good to know, not really something I can see that it can be very useful, at least not that I can think of right now off the top of my head. It's something that I want to explore is what it is. It's something that is worth exploring. And for Sophidia as well, she can also, since she has her hop kick is unique, so you can get her hop kick out of this stance as well, this guard buffer. From diagonal forward down, then up forward. I'll do diagonal. The notations for this is guard 3 plus K, and then 9. So guard 3 plus K, 9. And I get her unique hop kick, which is not a hop kick. First discovered this, I was like, interesting. There's like a move list built into guarding, There's a move list built into guarding, as well as her having a unique guard move on top of that. She has this is hold guard and press B. This is a move that is also guard impact free, aka the equivalent of a guard break, cannot guard impact. But it also does guard damage. So Sophidia just continuously being top tier. Depending on a character, they will have access to different moves using this guard buffer technique. For example, Rock actually has a pretty good one. So he gets one of his best moves out of this. So he can just always be guarding. And you hit the forward series into a B. Hold up. No, you don't want to do that. So he could get this out of it, which you can't guard in fact. GI free move. Leaves him at a good distance. So it's pretty good for Rock, you know. So Rock can use this guard buffer technique, always be guarding, and get one of his best moves out of it. So anyways, that's guard buffer number 2. Moving on. Did I make that clear enough? I know I struggled a lot to get that out, but I hope I at least made it clear. So the last one of the guard buffers is guard recovery alternative. After being struck, keep holding guard and input a command. So this one is pretty basic. It just means after guarding, you don't have to release guard to attack. You could just guard and keep holding guard. Just like the last one, and just press an attack and get an attack to come out at the earliest available window. So I'm gonna have Sungmina guard an attack. I'm gonna always hold the guard button, and then I'm just gonna hit horizontal, or I'm gonna hit any button, right? So you hear my analog clicking, that's player 2 command to do any one of these, but I'm never gonna release guard. But the moment I attack, all of a sudden that doesn't matter anymore. I can just keep holding guard and I can get an attack to come out immediately, you know, or at least at the earliest window possible. Instead of having to play the guesswork, you could just do it like that. Anyways, that's all that was. Moving on. Let's see, do we have anything else interesting to show off? We're still in the obscure section, so anyways, we got the, you know, quick rise and all that. This one is probably very useful for people, but I'll leave it again. I'll drop it off in the community sections or the channel section, whichever one. The one where I'm able to post stuff, I will post it there. So, you know, you can read through all of this if you will, if you want. And yeah, let me see. I think that is everything I cared to talk about. And I believe I talked about everything else at one point or another. I will leave everything else. I have several more graphs to go over. Let me just count how many graphs I have to go over. This is the latest graph that I made. I have a matchup graph and I have a character graph of, you know, the basics, and the skills and weaknesses and the advantages and secret texts, you know, and I still need to add a few more things in them. So there's 12 characters total. So I have 1, 2, then a plus 12, a character class tier list, and the classification, movement graph. So anyways, how long was this video? 30 minutes? I wanted this to be like 5. I hope you guys enjoy and have yourselves a good time. I know this is probably a boring video, not much action. I just wanted to get this out there for y'all, and hope you have a wonderful one. May peace be with. Always keep your heads up. Deuces, dos, bos, adios, stay cool. And if you like this content, be sure to show some love, but always be sure to show that love to the people who matter to you. This is IT bidding you farewell, peace, much love, and stay cool. Deuces.
Out of the ring. The grueling battle ends with the victory of Taki. You win.
たやすい相手だ。